Good afternoon, this is SRS News. Today's top story is Grandparents' Day, which took place on September 30th. Here's Izzy with more details.
Thanks, Katie. All the grandparents seem to really enjoy Grandparents' Day. Here's more on our story. Shaker Road School celebrated Grandparents' Day on Friday, September 30th. This was the third annual Grandparents' Day, and over 200 grandparents and grandfriends attended the event. They came from all over the country. Unlike last year, the weather cooperated, and it was a fabulous day. Special thanks to Patty and the PTG for organizing the successful event. The teachers did a great job of including the grandparents into their classes, and the students loved having them visit.
Registration started at 8:30 under a tent on the quad. Our own Anthony Huang provided 30 minutes of musical enjoyment while the grandparents mingled and munched on treats. Thanks to our wonderful parents and PTG, our grandparents enjoyed a large variety of beverages and snacks. Grandparents were also given a welcome bag to check in. The bag included an SRS sticker, schedule of events, a campus map with class schedules, and information on how to make a donation to Shaker Road School. As you may know, Grandparents' Day celebrations in the past led to some amazing donations like our tilapia program in the greenhouse and our awesome recording studio.
The event kicked off at 9 o'clock with an introduction by Mr. Matt. Caitlin Ingram, an 8th grader, also spoke. She made a great joke about having to help her grandparents program their phones. These remarks were well received by the grandparents in the audience, who all laughed, probably because they've had the same conversations with their own grandchildren. Students in grades K through 2 sang a song that titled Love Somebody. Grades 3 and 4 sang How Lovely is the Evening. The middle school chorus followed up with America the Beautiful and Our Door is Always Open. After the music performances, grandparents were encouraged to travel to their grandchildren's classrooms. The golf course was also open if grandparents decided they wanted to play a round of golf. A big thanks to Mr. Daly, who supervises the golf courses and transported grandparents.
But hey, let's not let Grandparents' Day steal the spotlight. After talking about the older generation, we are going to talk about the youngest kids on the campus. Here's Anna and Allison with more.
In 1979, Shaker has been caring for the students over the age of 3. We have transformed one of the pre-K rooms into a new infant-toddler room. The new program has been a real success. Take a look.
Why did you start the toddler program?
We started the toddler program because there's just a very strong need for infant and toddler care in the country and certainly in Concord too. We're no different than anywhere else in the country. There just aren't enough programs, and there's kids out there that need quality care, and parents really need that, and so do their children.
How long did it take to build the new playground?
It took quite a while. We've been working on it for a few months, maybe 3 months. There was a lot to do with new fencing that's appropriate, new equipment that's much different than even the equipment you see behind you that the 3 and the 4-year-olds are using. This equipment has to be really developmentally appropriate for the kids that are using it. So you'll see when you look at the equipment, it's a little smaller scale. There's things like balance things and things like rocks that they don't look that significant, but they really are when it comes to balance and that kind of thing. And then of course, they want to have fun on the playground, but they have to be safe at the same time.
What's one of your favorite things you built?
That's a really tough question because a lot of the stuff is different than we have on the other playgrounds. It's a little less commercial and much more natural. And it's hard to find equipment, by the way, for infants and toddlers. Most equipment for playground equipment is made for older kids. So you'll see that most everything is much smaller in size, and more manufactured by us than someone else. But the favorite stuff, it's definitely the natural stuff. And I think the new slide that we're building right now with logs and branches and twigs took a lot of thinking and a lot of planning. Even though it looks simple, it was kind of confusing or complicated to build, I should say, to get it right. And I think that might be the favorite thing.
Describe the changes you made to the faculty.
Well, we didn't make changes so much as additions. One of our faculty members moved over from the preschool program into the toddler program, and she's had a lot of experience with young children and wanted that challenge. The other faculty members are new to the school and are veteran teachers. They're new to us, but they're not new to the profession or not new to taking care of toddlers or infants. They have upwards to 15 years of experience each. Some have, and then there's a couple of less experience, but not really inexperienced teachers that have 3 or 4 years of experience. So it ranges from a few years of experience up to 15 years.
How does the new program help parents and grandparents with their children?
Well, it gives them a safe place to go where the parents can drop their children off and go to work and feel comfortable that their kids are well cared for and they're nurtured and cared for and loved, and they're learning. It's not just child care. It's actually is part of the whole school program. So now the school, instead of starting at age 3, starts at a few months, maybe 6 months, and goes up to age 15. So they have a curriculum and all of that, but the biggest thing is I think that they're having fun and they're in a safe environment, and parents feel very secure about that.
One of the greatest things Doug invented was a water play table. This allows the kids to play with water and learn about it as well. Take a look.
What has the Shaker Road community been doing off campus? They participated in a breast cancer walk called Making Strides. Learn more from Emily and Keeley.
The Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk started in 1984 by a cancer survivor, Marjorie Goldrath. Since then, the event has grown to include more than 270 communities in the United States and has raised more than $460 million. Although Marjorie died in 2001 after a long, continuing battle with breast cancer, her legacy lives on. For 15 years, Shaker Road School has participated in the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk here in Concord. Keeley and I had the chance to interview our team captain this year, Jane.
How do you think this year is going to compare to last year?
I'm hoping it's going to be better, but I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be less because we have less walkers than last year.
How much money have you raised?
So far, $1,720.
How much did you raise last year?
The total was $2,945.
Why do you think it was more successful?
They had more walkers last year.
And what have you done differently this year compared to Patty?
I did a bake sale, and I've actually done very well. I have made $195 on the bake sale, which isn't bad for baking something.
How many walkers did you have last year?
Last year we had 19, and this year we have 14. I think Patty had more power than I did to make people walk. I think actually part of the fundraising has gone down each year because of Reach the Beach, because a lot of the staff do Reach the Beach, and they have to raise a lot of money for that. We only have to raise $100 to get a t-shirt, so I think that's partly why each year it's gone down, because we used to have 35 to 40 walkers.
The breast cancer walk took place on Sunday the 16th. People had a lot of fun and the event was a success. That same weekend, the SRS soccer teams wrapped up their seasons with the tournaments. Now that the soccer season is over, dance can start. Here's Izzy and Katie with more.
Thank you, Keeley.
This year, Casey DiMenci will be the dance teacher. She will be teaching tap, jazz, hip-hop, and lyrical dances for grades pre-K through 8th grade. She has taught many styles of dance such as tap, ballet, cheerleading, lyrical, jazz, hip-hop, tumbling, strength and flexibility, and acrobatics. She has taught at Capital City Dance Center, Jen's Dance Studio, National Dance Association, East Celebrity Elite, and was a cheer choreographer and coordinator for New England. Dancers that have inspired her growing up were Jen Woodward and Pam White. She learned much from them, and she cannot thank them enough for teaching her all they had. Casey's favorite part of being a dance teacher is getting to know the kids. Each year, she gets to work with students and watch them grow. Knowing she had a part in that makes her feel good.
Casey actually heard about the open dance position through the word of mouth. Her husband's friend, Mr. Paul, and his mother, Marie, who you might know from preschool, said she should apply for the position. A typical class with Casey begins with a warm-up. Then students practice the technique across the floor. After that, she teaches combinations and partner work. She usually ends by running through the dance a few times. The type of music she uses depends on the classes, but she says she tries to use both modern and classical selection for all classes. She likes to use a variety to keep the students and audience's attention. Dance grades 6 through 8, tap and jazz will happen on Tuesdays from 4:30 to 5:30. Hip-hop and lyrical will happen on Wednesdays from 3:45 to 4:45. For grades 3 to 5, tap and jazz will happen on Wednesday from 4:45 to 5:45. Hip-hop and lyrical will happen on Monday from 3:45 to 4:45. You can find the dance folder on Chocobo under Art and Richmond Specials.
Thanks, Katie. We sure did learn a lot about dance. Now let's shift our focus to drama. Here's Sarai and Victoria to tell us more.
Hi, I'm Sarai, and me and Victoria interviewed Miss Moonsering and Sammy about drama this year. We could not interview Miss Moonsering in person, so we emailed her about music and singing challenges this year in drama.
Into the Woods has many musical challenges. This might affect casting and is presented as a very large obstacle to overcome. Though there are challenging singing parts, Miss Minsinger mentioned that there are many talented musicians who can fill the challenging roles and sing the solo singing parts. Last year, the drama production set very high standards, and it can be difficult to live up to these expectations. Miss Minsinger expresses how Peter Pan, last year's show, was great, and Into the Woods will be fantastic as well. Prop and set building class will be a big help with all the work that comes with the production, and the student-made props will be a very special addition in the show. Comparing Into the Woods to Peter Pan reveals how different the two are. Into the Woods is much more individualized, with songs where only one or two people are singing, while in Peter Pan there were many group songs where many people were singing at once. No matter what, we know that the production requires a lot of hard work, and this hard work will lead to success. We wish good luck to all those who are involved.
So we understand this year's play is going to be Into the Woods. Can you tell us what it's about and why you chose it?
Into the Woods is a play where the baker and the baker's wife go through the woods and encounter different fairy tale characters like Cinderella and Rapunzel. And we chose it because it has a variety of lead roles versus a play that has typically one dominant lead.
Can you tell us what some of the main roles will be?
Some of the main roles are Cinderella, Rapunzel, the baker, the baker's wife, Little Red Riding Hood, and the witch.
And when will auditions be?
Auditions, we usually wait until after soccer season is over, so it'll be sometime in November before Thanksgiving break.
How do you feel about the new enrichments like costume design and set design?
Set design has been going great. We're currently working on our giant Milky White, the cow, and it's going to be great to have the props done early so that we can actually start using them in rehearsals. And we're hoping that the costume crew will help us make a wolf costume.
And that's all. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We hoped you liked it. Now to the Student Spotlight segment.
Hi, my name is Victoria Chen. I'm 14 years old. I'm in the 8th grade and I'm new to Shaker Road. Today, I'll be on the Student Spotlight and my job is to just answer these questions. So let's get started. First question, where did you move from? Well, I actually moved from Owings Mills, Maryland, but nobody really knows where that is, so I just say that I'm from Baltimore, which is close enough. It's like half an hour drive. Next question. How do you like it at Shaker? Well, I love it at Shaker. The kids here are super nice, and I also like it because of the opportunities that the school has. I really feel like I get a chance to be a leader here as an 8th grader, which is not something that I had at my old school. So, yeah, that's really nice. At my old school, it was K through 12, so you had to wait until you were in 12th grade. But it's nice to have it, like, I guess 2 chances to be a leader, like once in 8th grade and then once in 12th grade. So, what made you decide to come to Shaker Road? Well, it was actually a really easy decision. I just came here mostly because the kids here were really nice, and the kids at my other school, or at the other school I visited, were not very nice. I just remember on the day that I shadowed here, it was with Luna and Caroline. I remember them two in the morning. And I remember it was Caitlin in the afternoon. And I don't know why. I remember Mackenzie and Avery. I don't know why, but I just do. And they were really nice. They talked to me like I was already in their friend group. It wasn't like really awkward conversation or anything like that. It was really very open. They were really nice. What are some of your interests? Well, one of my main interests is ballet. I love dancing, and I do it like every day as much as I can. It's really fun, at least I think so, but it's also very painful. But I mean, it's in everything. So, I also love reading. Reading is another one of my big interests. I don't really get to do it that much anymore because of how much I dance and school and applications and all that stuff. So, but when I get a chance to, I love reading. Last question. How do you like your teachers? I actually really like my teachers. They're really nice and they're all really smart, which is, something that's important, I guess. And they all seem really interested in their subjects, which is a good thing. And they all have a really good relationship with their students. They can joke around during class and not be too strict about it, I guess. And I've never heard any students say bad things about them behind their backs or anything, which is not an easy feat to accomplish. So, and I think that's all. So, thank you for your time, and once again, my name is Victoria Chen, and see you next time.
We hoped you enjoyed our news broadcast.
Until next time, thanks for watching.